What's one of the most painful things for an ambitious, goal-driven man? Not taking action towards your goals. Then realizing at the end of the day that you've just wasted another day doing nothing, overthinking, contemplating what to do. It even makes you hate yourself. And that's good. You should hate yourself. You should become pissed off at your current life situation because the reason why you are not taking action is because you don't have a reason for it. If there's not a good reason for you to do the uncomfortable things that are linked to taking action towards accomplishing your goals, whatever that may be, whether you have to hit the gym, whether you have to sit down to work on your business, whether you have to hop on stage and perform a live track, whether it is that you have to perform or whether you have to give a presentation to 100 people, it doesn't matter. These are uncomfortable things that we have to train to develop ourselves at. We may fantasize that it's all fun, nice, and well, but when it's time to really do it, we don't do them. There has to be a strong reason for why you even want to do it in the first place. So let me tell you a little bit of a story about myself. A couple of years ago, I was in a relationship with someone I was with for 2.5 years. For the entire duration of that relationship, I knew that she wasn't the right woman for me. But I had a hard time telling her the harsh truth. But I decided to stay with her because it was comfortable, I liked it, and I had a really bad relationship with doing hard things because I had to believe that they would backlash on me. So what did I do in order to make sure that I didn't think about it? Well, I smoked a lot of weed, and I used to spend a lot of my money smoking weed, even sacrificing the time that I could have been spent working on my goals in order to numb the discomfort that I was going through for realizing and knowing that I wasn't doing something good and not taking action towards doing that what was necessary. So then there came a point when I really understood, like, if I don't make this decision today to break up with her, I'm gonna be spending the rest of my life being with someone, having children with them, getting married with her when I didn't want to, knowing that I'm not living up to my fullest potential, knowing that I'm wasting my time. And I looked at myself in the mirror when I was super stoned, and the thought that came into my head was, I'm a fucking pussy. I'm a fucking pussy that I don't have the guts to make this one small decision that could help me push me forward to changing my entire life and aligning myself to my goals. Because I knew that this was holding me back. Being able to do the hard things was holding me back. So I thought about what my future would look like. My children would hate me. I would hate my children. I would hate the woman that I was with. I wouldn't be even willing to spend time with her, which I wasn't already back then. I knew that I had to break up with her, and I made that decision. Luckily, I made that decision, because if I didn't, I would not have made any progress towards my business. My mental health would be down the drain. I would still be extremely depressed, and knowing that I'm wasting my time every day doing things that are not helping me move forward. Because the activities that I was doing, smoking weed in order to numb my thoughts, made sure that I lived at a lesser quality than I actually could live. Because the weed was affecting the way that I thought. The weed was affecting the way that I was presenting myself. It would make me lazy. It would make me complain. It would make me just sleep in and not wanting to get up. And if I didn't have weed, I would go nuts and I wanted to get more of it. And that's not the way that I wanted to live. So there was only one clear decision for me to make, and that was to break up, which I luckily did. Here's the truth about all of this. You don't change when you are motivated by good things. You change when you are motivated by dark desires, when you are disappointed at yourself, when you feel negative emotions towards yourself. Just think about this. When somebody pisses you off, what do you want to do? You want to pull up to their house, you want to beat them up, you want to make sure that they get a lesson taught, which you normally wouldn't do. And maybe that's emotions that you've already had, but you never had the guts to express them. Or for example, you don't have any money in your bank account and you've borrowed money to a friend and you've been a bit afraid to ask that money back because he may backlash on you, or he may tell you that you're not a good friend. But when you don't have that money in your bank account, you'll be like, okay, I got to hit this guy up because I need that money right now in order to survive. Right? Well, that's it. You are being fueled by a dark desire because you are going through a tough situation. And so that's why For myself, I do this practice very often, that whenever I don't want to do things, what kind of position would my future self be if I don't make this decision right now? So for example, me recording this YouTube video. Sometimes I get resistance for recording these videos. And then I ask myself before I record the video, would my future self be in a better position if I made this decision? Yes, what would happen if I don't act on this decision? Well, most likely in a couple of hours from now, I would regret not making this decision, because I know that this is what is needed for me to build up my business, to build trust and loyalty with the audience, for me to help people, to make them get closer towards accomplishing their own goals, getting clarity so that they can become consistent and beat procrastination. Not doing it makes sure that I am not aligning myself to this goal that I have, which will make sure that my future self will not have the money that I want it to have, that my future children will have to suffer because I wasn't willing to put in the time and effort to work on accomplishing my goals, that will make sure that my wife will have to be working for a shitty boss with a shitty job because I wasn't willing to sacrifice my emotions, so to say, for doing the hard tasks that were necessary, that I was willing to be a little bit cute and tell myself that it's okay to miss out on a day. It's okay to not do the hard thing that you wanted to do. It's okay to allow your cute little fun emotions to influence the kind of decision that you were going to make. When I think about it in this way, I just become pissed off at myself. No, fuck this. I'm not going to be this man. This is not the way that I want to live. This is not the situation I want my future self, my future children, and my wife to go through. So I have to make sure that I do the work, regardless of how uncomfortable it may be. It's just what is necessary. I am doing this, working on building up my business while working a full-time job, working 40 hours, sometimes even more, to make sure that I can already provide for my family, for my wife, being able to pay the rent, being able to pay the bills, while also working on my business. It's necessary. It doesn't mean that I like it, doesn't mean that I love it, but it's not a matter of me liking and loving it. It's a matter of principle, of doing that what is necessary to make sure that I accomplish my long-term goals. It would be absolutely selfish of me of quitting working my full-time job because I want to act on my little cute emotions that are telling me that I should be a little weak pussy. I don't see myself like that. I don't want my children to live like that. I want to be able to be the role model that they look up to, because we live in a world where a lot of weak men are around, and I don't want to be associated with those weak men. I see what the problem is within the world, so I don't want my children, which they will get exposed to no matter what, that at least within the household they're not being exposed to a weak man, that I'm able to give them the foundations of that what they need to do in order to accomplish their goals. And so that also means to put those cute little emotions that I have to the side to make sure that I put in the time and effort to make it happen. Even 2 days ago, I was sitting behind my computer and I was actually scripting this video, thinking about it, the title, the hook, the topics that I wanted to discuss, the stories that I wanted to tell, and my brain wasn't properly functioning. I wanted to give up. I was tired. I was literally falling asleep behind my computer. And I was thinking to myself, well, I can go and sleep and I'll be waking up in the morning and I can put in the time and effort to then do that what is necessary to get me closer. But I know that I will regret it because I noticed that the reason why I want to do that is because I am experiencing discomfort and hardships right now. But I'm not a man who crumbles when he is faced with adversity. I'm a man who becomes energized whenever he faces adversity. And so I decided to push through. And guess what? I finished it 10 to 15 minutes after I had experienced that moment of wanting to give up, of experiencing discomfort, of being super tired, literally falling asleep behind my computer and getting all these negative thoughts. I was able to finish the script. I was able to get the work done and I felt energy. It all faded away. And at the end of the day, when I was reflecting upon my day, I was able to tell myself, I did that what was necessary. I took my responsibility, pushed through, and lived up to the man that I wanted to be, to the man that I believe myself to be. Regardless of how uncomfortable it was, I did it. This gets me one step closer to accomplishing my goals. I don't have to sit there and regret what I didn't do. So let this be some little bit of motivation for you. Let this give you a little bit of clarity on what it is that you have to do. That you should find a reason that pisses you off for not being able to do the work. It should hurt you more to not take action than actually taking the action. And that's something that we acutely have to fix and attack in the moment when we are doing it, because you will get these thoughts while doing the work that you could be doing something else, that you could be focusing on fixing your sleep, that you could be focusing on getting your body in shape, which may be true. Those things may be true, but it's not the main priority. The main priority is the main goal that you have set for yourself to accomplish, and then aligning your entire life to accomplishing that goal. But if you're someone who is struggling with getting yourself to figure out what your goal is, to aligning your habits to it, so that you eventually then beat the procrastinating habit that you have, then scroll down to the comment section below and book your free one-on-one call with me, where I will jump on a call with you and go through your situation and help you set yourself up for future success. So go do that right now. I'm wishing you an amazing day ahead of you, and I'm looking forward to jumping on a call with you. Always remember that you are 100% responsible for the results in your life. Make the hard decision today, and I'll see you in the next one. All right? Bye-bye.